Hi guys. All right. I'm in my kitchen again and I actually just did a video for you with the cashew crab wraps, lettuce wraps, and I forgot to put the celery in, but you'll figure it out because the recipe's there. So chopped celery into the lettuce wraps and this is what you get. Beautiful, right? So I wanted to do this video for you about why your salads are probably not working for you at all. So I see this all the time because there's way too many people running around thinking that less is more or less is less. Do you know what I mean? So basically, most people think that if you want to lose weight, if you want to get rid of the fat, that you need to like really minimize what you're doing, take all the stuff away, and then your body will let go of the fat, right, or the excess weight. And that isn't necessarily the truth. And most of the time with the people that end up working with me, it's that you need to eat more instead of less. And the problem is it just has to be more of the right things. And the main issue I see is that the right things, you either will have been told maybe you shouldn't be eating that, or it's really unfamiliar for you. And so you're just really kind of lost about how to actually create this perfectly balanced type of meal that is what your body wants, that will get you the results, and do it in a way that is not overcomplicated or frustrating for you or overwhelming, because that's just going to add to your stress and your cortisol and keep you stuck, right? So the problem with most salads is, like, for example, I go to this gym and it's a great, amazing gym, and they even have a cafe. But whenever I go to places like that, or restaurants even that have like healthy menus, I always, 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 almost always, unless I'm in a different city, end up really altering the recipe or the menu in some way so that I actually get more food of the kinds of foods that I want. So a lot of salads you'll see, like, let's say you're a busy person and you don't really know how to cook a lot of stuff. So you go and you grab a salad. Well, most of them have stuff on them that you want to avoid in the first place. You want to avoid pork, so it might have bacon. You want to avoid cheese because no dairy. That's a problem food. You want to avoid eggs. That's a problem food. That's a bacteria feeder, especially if you're just trying to change your body, at least for now, right? Get rid of it. They have crappy dressings full of sugar, full of creamy things that are not vegan, beautiful, clean dressings. So it's hard to find something that has things on it that are good for you. And if you just took the stuff off that wasn't good for you, first of all, you need to know what those are, but then you'd be left with like a little bit of lettuce or a shredded carrot or two. That is not gonna fill you up. And if you're grabbing that because you're hungry, you're so hungry and you haven't been eating and who knows what you had for breakfast, it's not gonna cut it. Like, your body needs this balance of foods, of substance. And what I see so often is that everybody's freaking out about protein. Like, I've got to have protein. I've got to have a protein shake. I've got to have, chicken on my salad. I've got to have like fish or steak or something for dinner. Well, if you are in a place where your body feels like it's sluggish and it's not losing weight and you don't have all the energy that you want, then almost always, you need tons more color in your diet. That means you need to be utilizing a lot of different vegetables, not just one or two kinds, because every food, every real whole food, every plant food from the earth carries its own unique value and properties three-dimensionally. I've talked about this a lot. So we have physical components to what a certain food does. We have emotional components to what a certain food does, and then we have spiritual components. So if you just go and eat carrots and spinach all day and apples, those are great foods, but you're missing out on all these other things that your body could be like going crazy and giving you results from. So that's why it's important that you know, mix up your greens. You don't just use the same one all the time, that you use 2 or 3 additional vegetables in your lunches and dinners, not just the lettuce. And your focus cannot be just the protein. It has to be on what you are missing, what you do need instead, okay? All right, so again, remember, like with your salads, you don't need the cheese, you don't need dried fruit, and you really don't even need the nuts. These are all like denser foods, heavier foods, and inflammatory foods. That doesn't mean you can't ever have them, but your priority, no matter who you are, what you are doing, if you want to change the shape of your body, get more energy, it has to be lots more vegetables, lots more fruits. You can't be afraid of that either. That has to have a place in your diet. It has to have a place in your breakfast and other areas of your life too. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. You have to have it. That's why, like, I put things like grapes into my lettuce wraps because they have so much value. So it's almost like, here's how I look at food now. I look at, oh my gosh, I open my refrigerator, I go to the grocery store, and I see all these beautiful colors. And now that I know what these different foods do, it's like, oh my gosh, what should I pick? I could pick, you know, the grapes are good to help cleanse my digestive tract, or, you know, even my liver. Or I could pick the celery, which also helps me if I feel like I'm in a stuck situation. I could pick the butter lettuce that helps to, you know, cleanse in a different area. So they're all valuable and they're all unique. So it's really powerful when you start to learn, wow, I didn't know kale did that. I didn't know that grapes did that. I didn't know, you know, I didn't know that fennel would soothe my gut if I had, you know, bloating or a nauseous stomach. Fennel, just eat fennel, you know, and these are the real things that we have to use to help heal our body. So if you go back to the salads, what should a salad look like? Well, I mean, even this, I would say, is a little low on vegetables, right? Because, well, we've got greens and we've got celery and then we have parsley. So it's very beautiful. It would be totally balanced, but you know, it's really light, which is what you want, because you want you to have your digestive system like humming and going along with ease. And if you already are in a deficit of that, then you need to like take it easy. But you might be eating way more when you start to eat plant-based, because this stuff, these foods are light, they're gonna go right into your body, right into your cells, and they're gonna start to work. And it's not heavy. And so it's okay if you feel more hungry, and it's okay if you eat a lot of vegetables. So if you want a really filling, sustainable salad, you can, you know, learn about yourself. Do you do better with cooked or raw, or a combination? Like, I'm a huge fan of both. So you pick a different leafy green, and I recommend always having at least 2 kinds. Like a blend is a great one. I love the Power Blend with kale, spinach, and Swiss chard. And then you want like a softer lettuce, like mixed leafy greens or spinach, or even this Bibb lettuce that's really good for wraps. You know, at least 2, because you're gonna go through it when every day, 3 times a day at least, you're getting greens into your body. They're that valuable and that important for you, and it's just an easy way to integrate them no matter what you're eating. It doesn't matter. Like, it could be a smoothie, it could be a juice, it could be a salad, it could be a wrap. You know, they could be the wrap, they could be inside the wrap, they could be in a soup. So it's endless, and those are the things that you want to be focusing on. But then what else is on your salad? It's not just 3 cucumber slices and half of a tomato and croutons. That's not gonna cut it. You know, like, you're a human being, you have a lot of organs to run, and you want to take care of them. So you want to have, you know, like, maybe you're putting some sauteed snap peas on there, maybe you're putting some fresh cucumbers, and maybe you're putting some you know, like roasted leftover vegetables on there, like sweet potatoes or something. It doesn't matter. Like, you can mix and match. And then there's very pretty ways to like blend the flavors and make them a little more sophisticated. But if you're just trying to change your health and change your body, then just like get the food in your body, in your mouth. And you want to make sure you have mostly vegetables. And then if you choose to have the protein, you know, there's all these easy access kinds that you can cook really quickly, and then hacks to make them prepped ahead. I like to teach my clients how to like cook without their hands. Basically, it's like, you know, doing one or two different things, and then the food cooks itself, and then it's there for you and done. So I hope that this helps you and makes a little bit more sense. But the reason is, when you are actually trying to lose weight, it's always a case of a healthy liver, a healthy thyroid, and healthy adrenals. And your adrenals have to have glucose, and they need to have fruits, and they need to have vegetables for that. And your liver is not going to clean itself. It needs fruits and vegetables to heal, to do that, to help it to purge naturally. And it all has to like line up with your overall diet, your overall outlook on life, your mindset, what you believe is possible for yourself. So it's really an infusion, the way that you eat, of the way that you see health, the way that you see your body, the way that you see that the foods have purpose for you. Because they do, they have a ton of purpose, they have a ton of value. And you can get to know them in such a way that you have like an intuitive knowing of what you need and when. If you do better with you know, nuts or not, if you do better with proteins or not, if you do better with beans or not, and like when. But the key is that you want to cleanse the body of all of the stuck stuff first. You want to cleanse the body of the inflammation and do all the steps that are necessary to get there. So it's not that complicated, right? Like if you watched my video for these lettuce wraps, it took like less than 5 minutes, but that's because I just had everything on hand and I knew what to do with it. And so that's what you need to learn. Like you need to learn the simplicity of what needs to be eliminated, what does need to be integrated, where to find it, what are some basic starting points, some basic starting ideas on how to make these easy fast lunches, to make these meals. How do I keep my proteins ready to go, you know? And I will say, like, it's just really important that you can, if you're the head of the house as far as food goes, that you figure it out, because I can't tell you how different you will live and be in the world when you feel healthy, strong, energetic, and take away all of the confusion about food, what to eat. I don't know, should I be doing this, should I be doing that? Like, it is not that hard, but you need to find out what formulas work for you and how to set yourself up so that you are getting your food in. You are not missing all your meals. You aren't just rushing around and grabbing things, because that's hard for anybody, right? But if you do have things on hand, you're like, if you're a couple minutes away from something really healthy and, you know, healing, you don't need to like open the can of Pringles or I don't know, whatever your thing is, you know? So it's important to stay fueled. And a lot of times the reason that people end up eating what they would say the wrong things is because they haven't fully gotten the nutrients that they need for their body. Their body is sluggish, their body's tired and lacking because nobody's getting enough of the right things. We need a lot of this food. We need a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, probably less protein than we're doing, and definitely we don't need processed food. Okay, we just don't need it. And so if you're, you know, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do that first. Eat real foods. And I want to tell you guys about my course. So I have a group program that's online that's teaching you all of this stuff about how do you hack the system to eat a plant-based diet? How do you actually know what you are supposed to be doing? And so that's what I have created, and it's called Fueled and Focused, because when you fuel yourself properly, you will have focus. And you have to kind of be focused in order to know what to do to fuel yourself. And then it will be a beautiful cycle instead of a cycle of you feeling stuck in it. So we start out by going over the foods that are causing the trouble in the world today, so you'll know what to avoid. And then starting out with your kitchen edit is the first area. So we edit your kitchen to have it free of those contaminated foods, free of the inflammatory foods, and then you'll get a master list to know what do I keep on hand? Because if you can keep things on hand, you know, like these certain herbs, these certain flavors, these certain seasonings, etc., you can make all the things that I teach you so simply, and everybody can find this stuff. So we go through that, and then we start out by integrating a formula, one formula at a time. So by the end of this program, you're gonna know what do I need to be doing in the morning? What are the best steps to do in the morning? What should I be eating for breakfast and why? And then what do real life recipes look like made out of that formula? And how do I do it simply? How do I do it quickly? How do I do it fast? What can I swap? You know, it doesn't matter if you're vegan or you don't like coconut or, you know, anything like that. This is for people that want to know the truth about food, how to eat well and clean and get the results in their body. There's really nothing else to know other than this. So we go through that with your breakfast formula, and then lunches and dinners I've broken down into different kinds of formulas that I use to make things very simple, but they all fall under the same pillars of like what you need to be consuming then. So you'll know how to do healthy pastas, you'll know how to do healthy pizzas, you'll know how to do burgers, you'll know how to do proteins, plants and otherwise, the best kinds, what you do with them, how to flavor them, where to buy them. You'll know what to know about snacks. Should you have snacks? When should you have snacks? What should be your snacks? And the timing of food, you know, when's it best to eat, what times of day, and all the little things that you have questions about. Of course you do when it comes to eating, because no one ever told this to us, right? So it's been really great, like being able to learn how to integrate cooking, which I love, with pure foods. So everything is valuable for you, everything works in the body, everything has a purpose, and then you'll get to learn what flavors you like the most, what foods you feel like resonating with the most, and then whatever they are, you can put them into the formulas really, really simply, really, really easily. And then you'll have all this access right at your fingertips, because you won't have to be Googling, Pinterest, like what should I make? I don't know, I don't have that ingredient, because you'll look at it differently. It'll just be like, oh, protein plus this, like this is a formula right here that I will break down for you. So it can be 12, 15, 20, 30 other things besides this, but you'll know it and you'll know what those other forms and fillers are. So it's really cool. And then you'll have online access. So you get to work with me in the group, and you will get access to all of my recipes, which are in a membership site right now. So there's almost 100, and they're broken down by like smoothies, breakfast, you know, protein, sides, desserts, dishes. And yeah, you can eat dessert. Like we're getting rid of the crappy foods. That doesn't mean you can't make good foods out of real ingredients. So there's a place for everything. And definitely check it out. And then also, if you want more one-on-one support with me, the package that I have right now is really, really cool. I'm excited about it. I've never done it like this before. So it's combination. So everything in life, including your body, your health, is both emotional and spiritual and physical. So you need both. Like you need to be coached on both and through all around, right? Because what's the point of learning how to do all this with food if you don't believe that you can change or get results? So that's my one-on-one package right now. And you can, so you'll get combination sessions with me like on the phone, and then they'll be either in person or online, depending on where you live, shopping, grocery shopping, cleaning out your kitchen, and cooking lessons. So check that out, or send me a message if you're interested in either, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.